We're still working on our review of the iPhone 7, but having put the plus-sized variant through its paces, we can confidently say that Apple has a winning device on its hands. If you can get past the loss of the 3.5mm headphone jack, the iPhone 7 Plus is a powerful phone that seriously competes with Samsung's devices for top billing in this list. We debated long and hard about where the iPhone 7 Plus would fit in our list of the top phones, and ultimately its position as runner-up comes down to a single factor: price. On performance, features, and battery life, the iPhone 7 Plus is on par with Samsung's top offering, but the iPhone 7 Plus's cheapest configuration still manages to come in at more than the full RRP of the Samsung device. And given the fact that the Galaxy S7 series have been around for 6 months and are now regularly discounted, it's impossible for us to give the 7 Plus top billing. Apple's A10 Fusion processor appears in both the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus, and marks a serious performance boost for both of 2016's Apple flagships. With two low-powered processors for handling smaller tasks without burning through battery life, the chip gives the iPhone 7 and its big-screened brethren market-leading performance. Where the iPhone 7 slips up is in battery life. While the iPhone 7 offers a big step up over last year's iPhone SE, compared to other 2016 models, the 1960 mAh battery just doesn't deliver enough juice to push it into a podium place in our best phones list. That said, if you're prepared to regularly charge your phone and can afford to pay the Apple Premium, the iPhone 7 is a fantastic device with plenty of grunt to get things done. Google may be the driving force behind the Android operating system, but the search giant has dipped its toes into the well of mobile handsets too. This year, however, the company ditched the Nexus branding in favor of the Pixel name, and the Pixel XL has headed straight to number 3 in our best phones list. The Pixel XL makes a big deal of its integrated camera, which sings in natural light situations by producing vibrant images. Like most mobile cameras though, it still struggles in low light. Google has also focused on delivering a super smart digital assistant in the Pixel XL, with voice control technology that learns over time to basically deliver you the best information you need using easy-to-understand natural language. Few smartphone make devices as refined as HTC, and the HTC 10 is an impressive feat of engineering. The 2016 flagship from the Taiwanese company builds on the HTC One family of the past few years, adding support for high-res audio playback and shifting to the USB-C standard. You still get HTC's boom sound speakers and ultra-pixel camera technology, making the HTC 10 a very robust device. The only downside is that even though the specs of the HTC 10 look great on paper, in the real world they seem to underperform compared to similar devices with the same internal components. Still, there's a lot to like about the HTC 10 as a device, making it a solid choice for anyone after an Android smartphone. Technically, the Huawei IP9 is the Chinese firm's second entry in the list, given that the Nexus 6P is in fact manufactured by Huawei. And it's obvious when you wrap your hands around the P9 that Huawei learned a lot from its collaboration with Google, as the P9 is the best self-branded handset the company has produced. Most notable is the dual-lens camera setup, which is itself a collaboration with camera company Leica. The P9 features two rear cameras, one which takes a black and white photo and the other which takes color, and then software stitches the two together for super sharp results. Throw in some solid battery life and respectable performance and you have a very solid flagship offering from a brand traditionally located between the budget and mid-range markets. More than any other manufacturer in 2016, LG can be given credit for trying to accomplish something different in the LG G5. Completely overhauling the design of the well-received G4, LG introduced a modular battery system that allowed it to introduce new accessories, like the dedicated photography attachment or the digital amplifier. Paired with the unique new dual camera setup, which offers users a super wide shooting option alongside the traditional rear camera, the LG is a powerful contender. It's a great idea that is implemented fairly well, though things like removing the battery are still a little clunky to be considered practical. With some refinement, LG's Friends ecosystem could become a powerful point of difference in an extremely competitive smartphone market. A late launcher in the 2016 smartphone market, the Motorola Moto Z is a fascinating piece of hardware. On its own, the Moto Z is one of the thinnest phones you will ever hold, but the key selling point of this device is its modular accessory ecosystem dubbed Moto Mods. They allow the phone to feature a dedicated projector, or a Hasselblad camera lens, or a JBL speaker system, all by simply magnetically attaching the mod to the back of the phone. The integration is seamless, though being a first-generation product, the mod selection is limited and can get pricey if you add multiple accessories to your purchase. Still, compared to LG's take on a modular phone, this is a far superior offering. And if the price tag is a little overwhelming, there's also the cheaper Moto Z Play to consider. Our top 10 phone list currently feels a little bit stacked in favor of a certain South Korean electronics company, but the reality is that Samsung has stretched itself magnificently this year to release a trio of truly superb flagship phones. The Galaxy S7 Edge is the true powerhouse of the three, happily sitting at the top of the performance and battery life benchmark charts even 6 months after launch. That said, the curved screen still feels like a bit of gimmick, even after a couple of years of development, and makes the phone a bit more slippery to hold, which is why it sits below the other two Galaxy flagships in this list. Ultimately though, what you get with the S7 Edge is a truly impressive powerhouse of a phone, with a sleek design and unbeatable specs. Samsung well and truly cemented its place as the smartphone manufacturer to beat in 2016. The Galaxy S7 was the first major flagship refresh of the year, and it set the bar very high for the rest of the market. The Galaxy S7 manages to combine amazing build quality with powerful performance and impressive battery life to create a phone that is frankly tough to beat. But what's most impressive about the Galaxy S7 is the fact that Samsung has managed to take 2015's impressive Galaxy S6 and improve in practically every way. There's a waterproof design, an external storage slot, and the curved, metallic body feels great in the hand. Plus, Samsung's camera has set the benchmark for smartphone photography this year, although Apple and Google have both risen to the challenge with their respective flagships. It seems one major smartphone family launch a year just isn't enough for Sony, with the company backing up the release of the Xperia X trio of devices with the Xperia XZ. It's a good move too, because the XZ is the best phone the company has ever produced, with a nice design and an aggressive price point of under $1,000 for a flagship phone. The XZ may not compete with the performance of Samsung's flagship phone, but it does offer solid battery life and fast, crisp photos using its 23MP camera and 5-axis image stabilization. The return of water resistance is also welcome, which sees this device sneak into the top 5 against some of this year's other premium devices.